All right, everyone. Joe Biden has a history of making really stupid mistakes and of tripping and causing nations to collapse and other generally harmful and negative things. In this case, we've got one hell of a gaffe. California right now is being riddled with wildfires, some of which now appear to have been set intentionally. There was an arrest made the other day after residents detained what appears to be a homeless man with a blowtorch, actually, one of those little handheld torches, trying to start forest fires there. It's, I think, related to the Kenneth Fire, if I remember correctly. By the way, these fires are unfortunately almost completely uncontained still, and are so numerous and have grown to such a size that it's going to become, I think, a big problem unless the weather changes considerably. Joe Biden was taking questions from reporters. He was addressing the California wildfires. And of course, that's sort of his job. Thankfully, only for the next 10 days. Then he can go back out to pasture, go biking, then probably fall over again, go snort coke with Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell or something like that. It'll be great to see him gone. I can't wait. I'm hoping that on day one, right after he's inaugurated, Trump has just taken the oath of office. He immediately signs a paper commanding the flags to be raised to full staff. That'd be the most epic moment ever in modern political history. It would be insane. But anyway, Joe Biden said something that he shouldn't have said. And I'm almost thinking, at this point, is he really just trying to turn the screw to the Democratic Party, so to speak? Like, are you doing this on purpose and deliberately humiliating your own outgoing political party because of the fact that they stabbed you in the back? So now you're saying you're returning the favor. I'm honestly wondering if that's not a joke. I'm almost certain that he did that to Kamala Harris. Now I'm thinking he's kind of doing it to the Democrats in general. He says to the reporters, fire away. Oh, I'm not intending. Yeah. Now, part of me would like to believe, okay, Joe Biden, he's clearly sundowning. He's got dementia and stuff. So maybe he literally just didn't realize how bad that sounded in the context. Yeah, fire away. It's a great idea. I think that there are probably more individuals, unfortunately, that are trying to do just that because it appears that some of these fires are the result of saboteurs. Oh, by the way, Mr. Biden, 400 to 500,000 people are currently in an evacuation zone. The edge of Los Angeles is currently burning to the ground. They're not going to be able to do any more action until it hits, Beverly Hills or something like that. In fact, I think it's pretty close to it, if I remember correctly. It's a very strange situation. Remember that time, the Summer of Love riots? They let him run roughshod over multiple U.S. cities. And then there was that one famous picture where the sheriffs had drawn up like a goddamn army to defend the rich neighborhood. Yeah, it was also coincidental, by the way. Yeah, go ahead and burn Wendy's down there. Don't you come up here. That's not allowed. Saying fire away under the circumstances is not a good idea. And so then I'm caught between thinking, okay, well, he is demented on the one hand, but he also, I think, and Jill especially, goddamn, you look in her eyes sometimes when she's looking at other political figures. Biden's, I think, feel perpetually backstabbed by the Democratic Party. And so this could have been on purpose. Oh, I'm going to make this funny quip. It's going to look absolutely terrible. Hey, they've destroyed my legacy anyway. I no longer have any legacy. Nobody's going to give a shit about me once I'm gone anyway. Probably they won't even let him lie in state because he was such a goddamn miserable failure. He's more of an ignoramus than any other president we've had. He certainly was more out to lunch during his presidency, even towards the very bitter end in Ronald Reagan's second term, where he was clearly suffering cognitive decline. He was still much more adept, much more aware, and far better public speaker than anything that we've seen from Biden when he took the presidency in the first place. He's tripped and fallen like, what, a goddamn several dozen times. He's seen weird shit like this. It's clear that he's demented. But There's one little part of me that thinks maybe, just maybe, he is so bitter, vengeful, and vindictive that he's actually attacking his own political party after, Pelosi and Schumer, they basically staged an intervention, said, well, Mr. President, I know that you would love a second term, but if you go to another debate with Donald Trump, that's probably not going to go over so well. You need to sit down, Grandpa. We need to talk about care facilities, the housing and stuff. It's basically what the Democrats did to him. Is it possible that he's actually bitter enough to stab his own party in the back because they stabbed him in his? Honestly, if it was most anyone else in politics, I'd say that was insane. With Joe Biden, based on his track record, he is a vicious goddamn cutthroat. Look at some of the speeches that he's made if you don't believe me. With him, I think there's actually a degree of chance that that's exactly what he's doing here. Fire away. I'm not intending. Yeah, I think that was on purpose, honestly. I'm going to lay a bet on the fact that, yeah, he actually meant it, pun intended, basically, in order to humiliate his own political party. Nancy Pelosi probably saw that. They probably rushed it in. He's doing it again. And she's like, oh, Jesus. She has to reach under the table and grab her champagne bottle and straight up chug the whole thing. That's about all. Peace out.